We've had the men's FA Cup as far as Cumbrian teams are concerned. We've still got Kendal Town with an interest. They go to Heaton Stannington tonight for a replay. If they win that, they've got a home tie in the first qualifying round. Workington Reds will be playing Marske United in the first qualifying round. But as far as the ladies are concerned, there's also an FA Cup from the women. And we had 5 representatives from Cumbria taking part on Sunday in their preliminary round, and 4 of them were successful. I've got Paul McKenzie from Workington Town Women. He's the manager. He's got an interest because his side got through. Paul, thanks for joining us. You got through with a convincing win.
Yeah, we had a strong performance over at Gateshead Leam Rangers on Sunday afternoon. It's a bit of a tricky tie on paper. They'd had a cracking season last year in the Northumberland League and had been promoted into regional level over the summer. Scored a load of points, load of goals last year. So we were a bit concerned about how dangerous it would be in attack and how much pressure they could put on us. But to be fair, we tried to focus on the intensity of regional level football and backed ourselves really, and we gave a really polished performance. So it was a really pleasing result.
Yeah, 7-1 sounds impressive. But that sets up a all Cumbrian tie in the first qualifying round, because I think you now face Kendal-based GT7.
Yeah, that's right, John. They had a victory at the weekend over Penrith Town Women at home. 3-2, they were victorious, and yeah, that now sets up an all-Cumbrian tie on the 6th of September.
Is that at their place or at home?
It's at home.
That's a Fibre Community Stadium for those who don't know where you play at the moment. Yeah. And Penrith, they're one of your serious competitors in the league. I think you played them last midweek and beat them 2-0. They got through as well, didn't they?
They did, yeah. It was the same as the first half looked a bit, seemed a bit tight, really. It was 3-1 at half time, with obviously Penrith had let loose in the second half, scored and 6 unanswered goals. So they'll have been really pleased with their result. I mean, Penrith have probably been, well, they definitely have been the most successful Cumbrian team over recent seasons. I think they got to the second round proper last year, so that was a really good run. And I think the year before they had a strong run in the competition as well. So they would definitely be looking to do the same this year.
Now, let's be clear. This competition will eventually, as the rounds unfold, it'll see the big teams, the Cities and the Arsenals and the Chelseas coming in, won't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they'll come into the stages, probably more towards the back end of the year, Christmas time. Yeah, absolutely. That's it's a leveler in respect of we'll be playing with the same rules and regulations as what these top flight teams will be playing towards the end of the competition.
Yeah. Now then, I think Penrith do they go to Sunderland West End in the next round?
Yeah, they do, John. Yeah, that's they're travelling over there this for the next round. Sunderland have just dropped out of Tier 5 football over in the northeast last season, so they're starting life at Tier 6. So I guess there'll have been a bit of going over there, so it'll be a test for Penrith, but I'm sure it'll be one that they'll be confident they can go and get a result against.
Now, one of our teams, they were involved in a penalty shootout, I think, Carlisle United.
Yeah, that's right, John. I think Carlisle led up until the 85th minute. Charlotte Murray had scored an early goal for Carlisle, and they looked to have been getting over the line with only 5 minutes to spare. They conceded a goal, so their tie went to penalties, and I think it was 9 sets of penalties taken in total, with the result 7-6 to Carlisle.
So they go through. Do we know who they play at, Paul?
Yeah, they play Darlington in the next round, and that's at Carlisle.
A home tie, yeah, good. Now then, one team did go out, and that was Whitehaven.
Yeah, unfortunately for our neighbours up the road, Whitehaven, it wasn't to be for them yesterday. They took an early lead, and Wolverhampton managed to draw level and then to take a 2-goal advantage. Whitehaven then scored late on, and I think it set up a bit of a nail-biting finish, to be honest. From what I've heard, there was quite a close chance went over within the dying seconds of the game, which obviously was disappointing for Whitehaven coaches, players and the full club.
Yeah. So four through to the first qualifying round. How many teams have we got women's teams in the county, Paul?
Well, it's just an ever increasing number, to be honest, John. I think this year there's probably somewhere around about a dozen or more teams within the county. Ourselves, we've got 3 teams in our pathway team coming online this year. Penrith 3 teams, White Evans got 2 teams, and then there's the other teams like Abbeytown, who's had a cracking last 5 years really, and they've just built season on season on season. So there's some really good strength in the county, to be honest.
And how do the different leagues that you play in, isn't it? I mean, you're in a different league to others. How many different competitions are there that the women's teams compete in?
So the likes of ourselves and Penrith are in the Northwest Women's Regional Division 1 North, which is the women's football pyramid. Below that, there's county teams, the county leagues that feed into that structure, and that's where you'll find the teams like Carlisle United, Carlisle City, our reserves, White Evan first team, Penrith pathway. So there's quite a few, and GT7. I think it's half a dozen teams in that division. So again, a strong Cumbrian presence in that top division. If you drop down one division from there, which is called the Championship Division, you'll find Abbeytown in there. They've been newly promoted in that league this season. And then if you drop down one more, which is the lowest, the entry level for football, and that's where you'll find the likes of Penrith's development team, our pathway team, White Evans second team. So yeah, there's a strong Cumbrian presence in that opening league there.
Very good. Now you've been involved with the Workington ladies team for a number of years. How have you seen the game? Obviously, you've just answered the question really with the number of teams that have come on. There's got to be an improvement in standard as well, obviously.
Oh, absolutely. We used to say if you weren't preparing yourselves for a 5% increase in the standard each year, then you'd start to go backwards. And to be honest, I think in a lot of cases that's increased over the last couple of years. The level of quality as it's been introduced coming out of the junior leagues, it's just pushing that boundary up every year. So it certainly doesn't get any easier, put it that way, Jim.
No, right. Finally, Paul, a chance for a plug for you. Workington Town Women have a game on Wednesday night?
They certainly do, John. Yeah, we play Morecambe on Wednesday night, our first home game of the season. It's a league encounter, 7:30 kick-off. And we've got 100% record so far this season. So we played 3, won 3, scored 13 goals, conceded 2. So we're hopefully going to take that kind of form into Wednesday night's game and try and get another 3 points.
And what do you know about Morecambe?
Morecambe's like a tough team, really. There's a lot of players in the Morecambe team that's played in higher levels at Tier 5, and Morecambe had a team in Tier 5. So there's a lot of experience in their team, some good, really solid players in there. So I think they build a team around these players, and it's the younger ones that's coming in, that's learning, will make the difference for them. But it will be a tough test for us, for sure, tomorrow on Wednesday night.
Smashing. Paul, thanks for joining us, and all the very best for Wednesday night and for the progress in the FA Cup.
Cheers, John. Thank you very much.